We could have seen the NFC North kind of go over the side of the cliff and the Lions fail and Jordan Love struggle. And instead, we saw everything kind of click into place to make this a very difficult division, probably for many years to come.
Coller, the offseason is well underway, but the season ended last weekend, and the Vikings finished third in the NFC North, with the Bears finishing with the same record, but behind Minnesota, and the Lions and the Packers finishing ahead of Minnesota and in the NFC North. So the question is, where do the Vikings stand in the NFC North, and can they conceivably compete next year in the NFC North? That looked like it got a lot tougher throughout this season.
Yeah, no question about it. It got a lot tougher, and that really starts with the Detroit Lions winning the division and proving that they were more than just a cute story, but actually a team that could repeat having a elite offense, and they go into the playoffs with the chance to do something that their franchise has not done for a long time. But the Lions don't look like they're going anywhere. They are likely to lose their offensive coordinator to a head coaching job, but aside from that, the offensive line that they've built, the weapons that they've built, and they can still greatly improve on what they have defensively, but they have a young core of players that's going to be there for a long time, and a quarterback who can clearly execute what they ask him to do in Jared Goff to win a division and make that team very successful. The Green Bay Packers, though, I think is the biggest development of the year for the NFC North, because we came in thinking, is Jordan Love going to be a good starter, a bad starter, a mediocre starter? And I think that by the end of the year, we have our answer, and the Vikings do not want to hear that answer. But Jordan Love appears to be a very, very good quarterback who has not yet reached his ceiling, but was certainly looking like a top-notch quarterback as he went along. And by the way, the Packers are the youngest team in the NFL, so they are going to have a lot to build on around Jordan Love. As far as Chicago goes, they have a difficult decision here. I think they will move on from Justin Fields, draft Caleb Williams or Drake May, number one, which means that next year there could be ups and downs for them. But when you look at their cap space, their trade for Montez Sweat, their trade for DJ Moore, that they have started to really stack talent on that roster. And the landscape is not so easy for the Minnesota Vikings. Free wins in Detroit and against Chicago no longer exist for this team. And of course, Green Bay, your biggest rival, is not going to be an easy victory either in the post Aaron Rodgers world, which means that the bar is now, I think, higher than it's been in a long time for the Vikings to win the division. Can they compete next year? Well, that depends on the quarterback situation, of course. If they bring back Kirk Cousins, then yes, they will be in the mix and in the discussion for a team that could win the North, but it will by no means be a guarantee. The Lions will likely return as the favorites, and then the Packers right there, probably even with the Bears, depending again on their decision, but likely to be thought of as more of a team still in transition. But if the Vikings do draft a quarterback, then the expectations are a little bit different of developing that player over the first year. So there is a wide range of outcomes for the Vikings, but I think that it was a big change this year. We could have seen the NFC North kind of go over the side of the cliff and the Lions fail and, the Jordan Love struggle. And instead, we saw everything kind of click into place to make this a very difficult division, probably for many years to come.
That's been another Purple Insider Extra for Bring Me the Sports. Be sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the Purple Insider Podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Talk to you next time.